Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. If you're new here, my name is Danon. I've been watching anime since 1985 and am currently reading over 500 manga or light novel series. As someone who has read a lot of manga and seen a lot of anime, as well as studied genre and story structure, I feel I have a pretty good grasp on which manga are worth your time, depending on your tastes. Which brings us to the subject of today's video, the teasing genre. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. This season, there are two anime airing that I would consider fall under the teasing genre. For the uninitiated, the teasing genre is a fairly new type of rom-com that has been gaining popularity. The teasing genre, like all genres, follows a simple, easy-to-understand formula. You've got a quiet, shy boy, some would call him a self-insert cutout character, but we'll get to that later, and a girl who has taken an interest in him. However, instead of expressing that interest romantically, they express it through teasing. Sometimes the teasing is soft and cute, sometimes raunchy and sexual, sometimes mean and bullying. In fact, there's even an alignment chart that was going around the anime community a few years ago. You'll note that Kubo is in the good alignment, while Nagatoro is firmly on the evil side of the axis. Akutsu, top middle on this chart, is finally getting an official release in April. I'll post a link down below so you can pre-order it if you want to. But the two I want to talk about are the ones currently airing, Nagatoro and Kubo. Both are in the same genre, yet they are wildly different shows, at least as far as tone is concerned. One is about a boy with so little presence that he's practically invisible, and the girl who can't take her eyes off of him. The other is about someone who was bullied so much that he can't even look people in the eye anymore, and his kohai who makes him feel emotions again, even if those emotions are sadness and embarrassment. Okay, so both have a similar premise. Both of our teasing girls have older siblings who tease them. Both girls have someone in their life who is pushing them towards the boy they like. But do they really like them? Or are they just interesting? Or just a toy to play with? I've called the teasing genre BDSM light before, and it kind of is. For those who don't know, BDSM stands for bondage and sadomasochism. It's often associated with whips and chains and the like, but the reality is that most couples where there is a dom and a sub, the dom isn't the one in charge of the relationship. And we see that in both Nagatoro and Kubo, at least a little. Well, more so in Nagatoro because we're on Season 2 and Kubo has been delayed until April. So we've got almost 2 seasons of Nagatoro to compare to half a season of Kubo. Good thing I've read both mangas and can confirm that the submissive one in these two respective relationships is the one who's actually running the show. How does that work exactly? Well, let me give you some examples and we'll talk about it. Spoilers for the end of Nagatoro Season 1. Nagatoro flies off the handle, her jealousy of the present's assets causing her to run from Naoto, tears in her eyes. As a young and innocent girl experiencing attraction for the first time, she's convinced that boys only like a woman for their boobs. And the president's boobs are quite impressive. So when she finds President standing over Naoto giving him advice on art while wearing nothing but a sheet, she freaks out. President, of course, tells Naoto to catch her, and he does. Art, she explains, is to pursue that which you love. Naoto convinces Nagatoro that he only wants to draw her. After all, Nagatoro is who is most attractive to him, just the way she is. Doms act upon or do things to subs. These things are consensual and negotiated and within the boundaries of what the sub wishes to have happen to them. But the sub is the one who sets the limits. So to an outsider, the dominant one is the one in charge. But everything that the dom does is for the sub's satisfaction. And we see this repeated throughout the teasing genre. When the teasers, in this case the girls, go too far, they apologize. They push the boundaries of what the boys will accept, and as the boys get used to the teasing, they start to enjoy the attention they're receiving. Eventually, the closeness between the two blooms into romance. But with one of the characters having very little confidence and the other being a tsundere, that may take a while. Naoto, as someone who was bullied for most of his life, has a fairly thick skin. This is what allows Nagatoro to tease him so much. She can be especially vicious in her teasing as well. However, Naoto is able to get back at her a few times, and those scenes are well worth it. Meanwhile, Sarashi isn't used to anyone noticing him. Ever. So having someone talk to him every day is a bit overwhelming. Fortunately, Kubo is patient. She's made it her goal to become his heroine. Sarashi isn't convinced, though. He still thinks she might be a demon lord. But eventually, he starts to come around, and the two of them grow together. And that's the fun part about the teasing genre. The boy is often a recluse, quiet, shy, socially awkward for whatever reason. But through his interactions with the teasing girl, he begins to open up. He starts to stand up for himself and comes out of his shell. Even though these boys may start out as cardboard cutout insert characters, they grow. They become better versions of themselves throughout the series. Maybe one day, you'll be lucky enough to find a girl who will tease you. Have you read any of the teasing genre? Which one is your favorite? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. There are several tiers to choose from. You can pick an anime or manga for me to do a video about, or you can join our monthly manga club. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Phoenix of Ice, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Brian, Josh, Sean, Zach, Olton, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post anime or manga videos often, or you can click here to watch additional videos. If you're looking for Commander content, I split my channel last year, so all new Commander videos are over on my other channel, Commander by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.